Ashe. That's the West African phrase that pretty much means it is so. We are manifesting their presence into this building. So I'm going to start with some things. I want to ask you to join in with me. So, who we going to do first? Marcus Garvey, Ashe. Malcolm X, Ashe. Harriet Tubman, Ashe. Paula Kuti, Ashe. Jimi Hendrix, Ashe. Zora Neale Hurston, Ashe. Toni Morrison, Ashe. James Baldwin, Ashe. Help me out, y'all. Bob Marley, Ashe. Langston Hughes, Ashe. Nina Simone, Ashe. Tupac, Ashe. Biggie Smalls, Ashe. Nipsey Hussle, Ashe. Derek O. Jones, Ashe. Anybody whose shoulders we stand that we're not in the physical form right now. Frederick Douglass, Ashe. Sojourner Truth, Ashe. Billie Holiday, Ashe. I heard another name over it. Eddie Conway, Ashe. Say it again. W.E.B. Du Bois, Ashe. And Hampton, Ashe. Huey P. Newton, Ashe. Whitney Houston, Ashe. Donny Hathaway, Ashe. Michael Jackson, Ashe. Teddy Pendergrass, Ashe. Aretha Franklin, Ashe. Lufa. Jerry Curl Lufa. Big Lufa, Ashe. Prince, Ashe. Rick James, bitch, Ashe. Yeah. And our personal ancestors, if you have someone in your family that you want to acknowledge, for me it's Viola Wright and Martin Wright, Ashe, 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 Ashe. So we're going to end this by saying Ashe 3 times and then O. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right, welcome to Black to the Future. It is what it is. I'm a little tipsy, y'all. Ashe, yes. So what we're gonna do is a quick open mic, and we're gonna say we want to make sure we know who all is in the room. Then we're gonna go to our workshop, and then the rest of the open mic. So my name is Shanier. I'm the director, the executive director, and founder of the Baltimore Scene, and it's founded to serve, love, connect, unify Baltimore's artistic activism and entrepreneurial scene. So I do a bunch of events over the last 20 years for. One of those is the Baltimore Crown Awards. I'm very passionate about Baltimore being recognized for the dopeness that Baltimore is. Like a lot of times when you leave the city, they say, oh, the wire or the violence or whatever. But I want to focus on all the dopeness, all the genius, all the talent, all the beauty that Baltimore is. So for the Baltimore Crown Awards, we take the time to acknowledge that while they're here, giving them their roses and their crowns now. And we have the Black Mall, 50 plus Black entrepreneurs, 2 floors, once a month, third Sunday of the month. Hey, yes, Black Mall, Black Mall. The next one is March 19th. Thank you, Twiz. And then all these events on here, you know, Baltimore Town Hall meetings, book club, the Baltimore Ball here, Baltimore. This event, Black to the Future Word War, Slam. So anything in all the art forms, hip hop, poetry, track meet, producer battles. I love all of it. And that's, yeah, I love Baltimore. I love community building. And I'm going to bring up Chelsea and or Bee Pie to tell you a few things about the Black Arts District. Give it up for Bee Pie, y'all.
Hey y'all, hey. Yes, yes. I love the new space. I'm sorry I'm late because I didn't make it to the first minute of the new space. But yes, y'all gotta get the shoulders in the new space. My shoulders going viral. If you ain't know, you need to get to know them. Anyway, y'all, I'm here for the Black Arts District. My name is Sydney. I am the community engagement coordinator, but I do go by Bean Pie as my artist name, and because that is my name in my heart. However, if you want the government, it is Sydney. And we are here because we sponsor Black to the Future, so I'm definitely grateful for your presence. I'm definitely grateful for your support. The more that we support each other, food resources, and show up in human form for each other, the more that we can actually be human and not have to operate under some of these systems that try to oppress our humanness. So, thank you. And we definitely have some great programs, some sponsorships. So if you have events, especially in your Blackness, you know what I'm saying, some cultural events, some artist events, come apply for some sponsorships because we be giving out thousands of dollars. And I don't know who else giving out thousands of dollars for Black people just because you're Black and you run events, but we do it. So definitely come see us. We have an artist registry. So if you're an artist, get on our registry. That includes crafts, photography, quilling. Get on the registry. Because if you're not on the registry, I mean, then we're not hiring you, and we want you to get hired. We want to hire you. You know what I'm saying? That's more money in your pocket. So definitely come get on our registry. If you have an event, we have creative calendar, and we're also collecting photos. So you know how your grandmother got that old photo album that's not doing nothing, got a little dust on it in the back of the basement? Go get that for me right quick, because I need those photos so that we can put them on murals and put them around the city to remind the city of where we came from. Because a lot of times people don't know where they came from. They don't know what they got to lose, and it's a lot of disinvestment in our city. And we need to, restore and reserve our own histories. So we do have an archive, and we do collect narratives as well. So if you have some stories, definitely get in that archive. I'm not sure if you're in there yet, brother Tashawn, but if you aren't, you should be in there, brother Tashawn, from the history that you know. So definitely, if you have some stories, come tell them because we need them. And we have curriculums that goes to school, so the stories won't just like sit in the archive. We do have places to put them in young minds, so we need to get it popping. That's all I got to say. If you need to be over there, come get some swag. I got some stickers, pens, buttons, you know what I'm saying? And it's for the free. Like, it's for the free. And I'm giving out money. Like, I don't know what else I gotta say, but.
Hey, get up a big part, y'all. So speaking of Baba Tashambe, can we bring you up so you can just say a few words about the space that we're in? Okay. All right, say your name. So Zufi. He's going to tell us about the space that we're so blessed to be in right now. Give it up, y'all. There's a real open mic, yo. Yeah. Hey.
Good evening, everyone. And I would like to welcome y'all all to the Art Social Club. This is a historic organization. We've been around for 118 years. This March the 12th will be 118 years. We've been up here on this building. Thank you. We've been up here in this building for about 50 years. Our overall mission as an organization is that we are a group of men that are about the spiritual and intellectual uplift of our people. We've been blessed to be handed a building here by our ancestors. It's paid for, it's Black owned, and it's Black operated. So if there's any type of events or things that you want to do, as a people, this is our purpose for being here, because this is an important part, the economic part of what it is that we have to work on. Sometimes when we do in the Black community, we work on housing, and, we work on like food stamps and, different other kind of stuff, which is all needed. But what we actually need to begin to get into is to purchase and control not just the commercial real estate, the residential real estate, but all of the commercial real estate up and down our corridor. And we need to be providing those things that our people consume. What I'm so happy about is that this is what I see here. I see Black people providing goods and services that we can be able to consume. And this is the thing that we have to be into as a people. So I'm gonna keep it short and say that basically we're working on a total renovation of this building. It's gonna cost about $5 million. We have accumulated 1.7 million. We're going to be getting a movie marquee, a museum. We're going to be getting a youth art and science center out back. We're going to be getting a stand tower and an elevator system so both floors can be operated, and we can be able to get elders and people with will be ADA compliant. People with disabilities will be able to get upstairs. But we're going to be about the preservation of our music and our art forms, from African drumming all the way up to to hip hop and the newest music forms. And most importantly, it's going to be a social place where we can control the socialization process And what we can do is we can make sure we provide a comfortable space where people can come, and we can, after we work hard, we can come here, we can party hard. So, but anyhow, it's about y'all, and I want to welcome y'all here and thank y'all for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you. You are in a place of such rich legacy. It's an honor to be here. Brother, can you come and just say, I'm going to bring up like 4 people before I bring up our third partner, Nate. Can you just come up and say who you are and what you do and what kind of support you would need from everybody in the room?
My name is Anthony Red. I do photography and multimedia. I came to the last one, the annual meeting was the first event I came to for Black Arts District. I didn't know this existed, so it's really cool to see everybody getting together. And I do a lot of projects, photo, video. So I'm just trying to network and get support other people.
Okay, we're going to talk. All right, definitely. Say your name again.
Anthony Red, so R-E-D is the last name.
Where can we find you?
Anthony Redwood. Instagram. All right, who else in the room that wants to say something? Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, we're glad to see everyone here tonight. Like Brother Salufa said, we're the Historic Arts Club. We have a history like no club. And so you see the flyer on outside, it will tell you the early history of the members that created the club. And a long history go back to slavery, because a lot of the descendants came out of slavery. There's a whole history that our people don't have no idea about who won the Civil War, because we have not been taught that. But I'm a veteran and I know the history of Black people. I know 40,000 Black men died to liberate Black people in America. So we all represent that history. But our club have a history in Baltimore that people don't even have a history of. And I hope that y'all make this your club. Right now we're going through renovation, and we're going to have a museum put back out there. And we're going we got an upstairs 2 ballroom. We have a youth center outside. We have 2 buildings down that Callaway family gave us. But we have a long history, and it should be in one of the books I have written, is the history of our social club. And we was created at a time when Black men came together, and what we had in common, it wasn't about your political view, your religious view, or who you love, as long as you about community building, as long as you about uplifting community, being for our children, being for our family. So it wasn't about politics, religion. We didn't deal with the bag, skin color at that time. That's one of the reasons why we outlived our club. So we have existed, and we're the oldest based on what we established for. We established to uplift and develop the Black community.
Thank you so much for having us. Brother with the beautiful afro by the bar. Can you come up here and say who you are, what you do, and how we can support you? Give it up for Afro, yo!
Evening, family. My name is Jerry Case. I'm a child of God first. I was called to be many things. I'm a NASA engineer, and I'm also a relationship coach in the district. So life is about people. Life is about relationships. I'm here to support, the CIAA events tonight, but also the arts, because life is about the arts. And so proud to be here.
Relationship coach, okay. Anyone else want to say a few words before I bring? All right, give it up for Kendra, Loving Hands, a Main Street Catering, y'all.
So hello to those that do not know who I am. I'm Kendra. I am with TJ. We run Main Street Catering, where we provide hot meals for Baltimore City, Baltimore County. We even have been to Virginia, New York City, serving people's stomachs. But I'm only getting up here to speak because we have something big that we're doing tomorrow that we have been doing every month. And from the push of Shinyear, it has been successfully for the past, year, TJ? Almost a year. So it's called 100 Hot Meals. I'm only speaking out because we have so much stuff this time to give away tomorrow that it's just more than the hands of me, his mom, and TJ. I'm sorry, I couldn't see behind the photographer. So if you're free tomorrow at noon,
we have fruit, breakfast items. We cook dinner to serve them hot food, beverages, and everything like that. Hats, gloves, scarves. We have coats, clothing. So if you don't mind coming out tomorrow at 12 noon to help us hand out so people won't be like in the line for a long time in the cold because the weather did change. We went from summertime to wintertime again in a 24-hour period. So we just need like volunteers to help us pass out the things that we have. And I don't like to say homeless because a lot of people that we serve have homes. We just say that they're in need. So if you don't mind coming out tomorrow, 12 noon, behind the main post office on Front Street, we'll be there.
That is so beautiful. That's so dope. That's so dope. You see a need and you speak on it, you do something. Cache. Is that your name, Cache? Am I saying it right? You want to come up and say who you are, what you do? Give it up for Cache, y'all!
How y'all doing? My name is Cache, and I started Cache Crafts. Cache is my name. So Cache Crafts, I call it it's a passion and it's a product. It's who I am and it's what I do. I'm new to Baltimore. I've been here since September. I don't know how, any kids in here? I fucking love Baltimore, y'all. Oh my God, this city is so rich and beautiful. The personalities, the people, just, I cannot tell you enough. Like, I've never felt more alive in a city, anywhere I've lived, than Baltimore. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for accepting me. Bean Pie, Chelsea, and Mom, they have, like, I just got introduced to them for a few seconds a few weeks ago, and meeting them has changed my life, y'all. That's it. That's it. Thank you.
That's what I love to hear. Baltimore.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. I got sponsored by Black Artists.
That's what's up.
She was real modest, and like her crocheting that she does is very therapeutic. She had one today when it was a free event at the library today, and it was dope. And like y'all should really tap in and follow her because she has something that is like for real different. And y'all know I'm different, but she different. And I love what she's doing, and what she's trying to do is definitely like you got to speak more and let them know what you're doing so they can see what you're doing.
Thank you. Simone and Mama Cache. All right, can we bring Mo? Give it up for Mo, y'all. AKA Nerd-ish.
Hi, my name is Mo. I'm originally from California. I came out here and then COVID happened, so I'm just now getting out. So I'm glad to learn about this place, and you can follow me on Instagram at Nerdful Apparel. I just started this business 8 months ago, so I'm still getting started. So I love to collaborate with other people. I majored in screenwriting, so I do have like a web series out and other things. So yeah, just anything I'm available to network with. Thank you.
Okay, multi-talented, multicultural, multi all the things. Okay, who else we got? Mama Nadia, you want to come up here and introduce yourself real fast? Give it up for Mama Nadia, y'all, with the bonnets and the entrepreneur children. She's part of the Black Mall family.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nadia. I have Handmade Purities. I sell all natural hair care, and I usually do vending events with my daughters. They are 7 and 8. Oh, 7 and 9, she'll correct me. We just started attending Miss Ginyard's events, and I've loved every single one of them. And every one that she posts about, I attend. That's it. Just wanted to introduce myself, and I'm grateful to be here.
Thank you so much for being here. Please support them. 2 young entrepreneurs. They have lip glosses and charms and all that. So please support them. Buy something from them. Yes, buy something from them. Up next, I'm going to bring our third partner, Nate from the Artist Exchange Podcast Media. Hey!
How y'all doing? I am Nate. I'm one of the partners of the event. A little bit about the purpose of this first. I've noticed throughout the pandemic, a lot of people started businesses, and some of those businesses were thriving because we had more time, we had a little bit more cash flow, and definitely a little bit more time. And I wanted to help entrepreneurs and artists to kind of find the resources that they need, not just financial, but I noticed we were having a lot of difficulties with customer service, businesses staying open continuously, and just finding a tribe or a support group. A lot of businesses that I was working with were just having those difficulties. And what I do with the Artist Exchange is I help artists to not only interview on my podcast platform, but to actually, be more engaging. So I help one-on-one with entrepreneurs and artists to just find the things that you need financially, engagement-wise, social media-wise. So if you're looking for a space to be able to promote your business, promote your brand, your services, your events and such, please hit me up at the Artist Exchange Media Hub. I am 2 months into being on my own platform after 10 years slaving for someone else. But I'm really, it's really a space for everybody. So if you're looking to kind of figure out a way to market and brand your business in a different way with your own podcast, I do help people to start their own as well. In addition to that, I think I am a marvelous jewelry designer. So those are my pieces over there. So please come out and support. This is my muse, Miss Tracie Jiggets. But in addition to that, I really am in the business of helping artists and entrepreneurs do the best that you can do with what you have. So if you need anything one-on-one in terms of maybe some social media coaching, some marketing and branding, just overall support for your business, even if you just want to come on the show and talk about what you do, just tap me on my shoulder, I'll get your information and we'll go from there. Everybody good? Come on, I know we're small in numbers, but I need a little bit more energy. There we go. This lovely lady that we're about to take part in, she is a phenomenal individual. I won't tell people that she has a beautiful voice because then she's not going to sing for us, and then I really wanted to sing, but she's not going to sing. But I got to meet her a number of years ago, and she took part in a program that I was on. She came on and interviewed, and then she came on and used that beautiful voice, aka she's a beautiful singer. So I encourage her to maybe possibly sing one day. One day. We're gonna be. I've been patient. It's been about 7 years. I've been waiting, so I can wait a little longer. But I'm going to welcome Miss Jewel up. And I know I probably said it wrong again. Okay. But Miss Jewel up, she's a lovely young lady. She has embarked on a mission to help not only people out, but our Black men, our Black women. And she has an awesome workshop that she's going to impart. Let's Get Unpacked, helping us to kind of get rid of the clutter. I'm not going to talk for her. I'm just going to welcome her up because I don't want to mess up her spew. So come on up. Give her a round of applause. I want to know where the mic stands, so that means it's going to take a long time. I don't think it's going to fit on here.
Hey, y'all. Okay, so just like Nate said, I'm going to need some energy. People who are sitting over there in the back, you can come in and like move a little closer. We can be up close and intimate. We can love on each other. We can hear these words. I'm really excited. Yeah. Okay, great. Fantastic. Baby, can you just pivot? That's fine. Oh.
All right, awesome.
Just tell me next.
So I'm really excited to be here with you all tonight. Like Nate said, many of you have met me in different stages of my life. So when Nate met me, I was saying, I had come out with my first EP, and it was really a space for me to just let go and really start sharing what I felt on the inside, right? And so whether you have met me at a time where I was singing, coaching, administering Reiki, hosting an open mic series with my husband, Desmond Guy, or just finding me somewhere performing, I appreciate you along this journey. So tonight we're going to talk about Let's Get Unpacked. So I want to just say, I thought there was going to be kids here, so I can say what I want to say now. I have a challenge that I created last year, and my challenge is called Let That Shit Go. Now, there's an acronym for that. So when I talk about let that shit go, people have an idea in their mind of what that is, right? It's personal to everybody. Whatever that thing is for you, you know what that is. But I like defining things, so I like to come on the same page so that we all know what we're talking about, right? So for me, the acronym goes like this. Stories hindering your inner transformation. Okay? So when I'm talking about letting things go, I'm talking about the stories that are hindering your inner transformation. So you are more powerful than you know. And each of us have the ability to create the imaginable from just a thought. Think about it. As children, we were creating worlds in our minds that we couldn't see in front of us. We could tell you every detail, every landscape, every character, every personality without batting our eyes. We knew it was real and nobody could tell us anything different. It was easy and we enjoyed it. Some of us, it provided a safe space for us, a place where we could escape from our realities. Yet, along the way, the imaginable got lost, the luster died, and we began to be forced to grow up, to get realistic. We started suppressing our superpower. The power of thought is your greatest superpower. Anything that you can even imagine is happening the moment that you think it. What gets us caught up is the time it takes for us to materialize it. So, tonight I want to talk about how we have created blockages in front of our manifestation. So I'm curious tonight, like what really brought you here? And some of you might just like saw a flyer, you saw Jinyard, she's always doing something for the artists in the community, right? Or maybe there was something about this word manifestation that really caught your attention. So whether you are trapped in a cycle of defeat, or you're not sure why your dreams or your desires haven't showed up yet, or maybe you're holding on to a certain belief that is suffocating your growth and where you see yourself going, right? Your ability to live well. Maybe you're wanting to know how do I manifest effectively and consistently? And we're going to talk about all of that tonight. So when we talk about manifestation, when you hear the word manifest, what comes to mind? Yes, ma'am. To make it tangible, like to pull it from one realm of existence into the realm that would.
Awesome. So moving from one realm to another. Anybody else? When you hear the word manifest, what do you think? Jinyard. Materialize and magic. Magic. Yep. So materialize and magic. That's actually something that I used to think about all of the time. Like it was like poof, and it would be there, right? It just comes into our existence when we think about it. Anybody else want to share? Changing your thoughts to reality, right? So y'all are on point. So again, I like to define things. So let's go to the next slide. So I went to the dictionary first, and I wanted to see what it said. So in the Oxford Dictionary, it says that manifest means it's clear and obvious to the eye or mind. It is evidence. It is proof. So just like you said, it's tangible. So think about this for a second. Clear and obvious to the eye or mind. That means you don't have to see it with these eyes first.
That means it could be in your mental space. If you see the vision for yourself, whatever that is, whether that's you traveling to the place that you've always wanted to go to, whether it's the house that you wanted to live in, whether it is singing in front of millions of people in a sold out arena, if you see it, you can have it. But what is it going to take? What is it going to take to move from the realm of the possibility in your mind to get to the tangible space that we are now? So that was exactly what I had in mind when I said I was going to make my own definition for this. So I called it moving a vision, desire, or thought from our mind into a tangible reality. I don't want you to cut off. Thank you. So we're gonna manifest some power into the laptop. So I have a question. So now that we know that we move things from an intangible space to a tangible space, what are the things that you have been manifesting? So you could just shout it out. Peace. What else? Money. What else? Successful business. What else? Love. Negativity in your life. Creativity. Partner. Love. One accord in the home, right? So typically when we hear about manifestations, we're often thinking about good things. We're thinking about all of the things that make us well. But there's a law, the universal law that is called the law of polarity. And so for every great thing, there's an opposite. So it's not all of the time that we are producing the thing that we actually want to see. Some of us, and I'm gonna just tell you how it is, some of us have been getting our master's degree and manifesting things that we don't want. We've actually got an autopilot. We can do it in our sleep without even thinking about it. It's happening over and over and over again. Think about different things that we say out of our mouths, like, if it ain't one thing, it's another. If I take 2 steps forward, I got how many back? 3 steps back. How many times have you said it to yourself? Or thought it, right? Even for a moment. We all have. But if we understood how powerful our thoughts were, we wouldn't do it, right? Because the moment that you think a thought, it exists. We are energy. Not just our bodies, not just our words, our thoughts. The very intangible thing, the very intangible seed
recent one items, HDMI
that
2.
becomes this manifested
HDMI 2.
is how we create. So if all I believe is, wow, money's always slipping out of my hands, I can't seem to hold on to it, what do you think happens? Right. You start creating the circumstances around that to get those things. So you have been a masterful manifester for a very long time. You just didn't know it. You thought it was your outside situations. You thought it was somebody else who was picking on you. You thought it was everything else outside of you. But you are a generator. You have the power. Everything that you see around you comes out of you. It is through your perspective that you see it. It is through your thought process that it comes to be. It is through your words. Think about your businesses that you've created. Think about you moving here to Baltimore. You had an intention. You had some action. You had a thought about it first, right? And that is how our manifestations come to be. So, I know that I am also one of those people who have manifested things in ways that I didn't want to, right? I wish I could have gone back in time and actually looked inside of my mind and said, hey, stop. Nope, don't want you to come out there, right? Usually when it shows up, it's a little too late. But when we get the tools and the skills to understand how manifestation actually works, then we have the power to start creating every single thing that we desire. So who am I? So a lot of people know me for my accomplishments, right? I'm an electrical engineer by degree. I am a singer-songwriter. I'm a visual storyteller. I'm a visual storyteller. I am a sought-after visual storyteller who does a lot of community events. And I'm always behind a camera. I'm always behind the scenes. I am the co-founder of Helping the Black Family Heal, which is an organization whose mission is to provide tools and teach skills that awaken, restore, and liberate Black people. I am the author of a one-of-a-kind therapeutic prompt journal called Dear Black Men, and co-author of Dear Black Women with my husband. That is going around the world creating safe space for Black men and Black women to be heard and understood without judgment. And I can go on and on and on and on, right? Features upon features upon features, but that's the way that most people know me. But they don't know that behind all of that good energy and behind that smile and behind this loving relationship, that I was also having suicidal ideation since the age of around 7th grade. I was drowning in self-doubt. I had given up on myself more times than I could count, even in the midst of success. I remember one time my husband was like, "Yeah, you're doing good," and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, "Nah, I'm under a microscope now. Like, I got to do everything right now. Like, even here in my marriage, I got to feel like I'm on this pedestal. I have to get it right." I was full of reasons why I was worthless and unworthy. I could see the beauty in everything else around me except myself. I remember most of the negative comments that people said about me, and I dwelled on them until they became a part of me. Success has been my coping mechanism for pain. And it started at a really young age, right? A really young age. Sexually abused at 5. Parents divorcing. I coped by achieving. So when we see people around here and we seeing them doing good things, they need help too. Y'all thought I was a master manifester of successful things, but I've been manifesting things that I didn't want for a very long time, right? I use relationships to cope with my pain and abandonment. I carried feelings of loss and expected it at every turn, even in my marriage. I carried guilt and shame like a badge of honor. I didn't know how to release it. And some of my successes didn't last long because of self-sabotage, right? I used to internally blame people and places around me for things that weren't going well, instead of looking inside of me. And at the very core of all of that, I was angry. I was angry at all of the circumstances, the situations, the pain that I decided to carry with me all of these years and not express. But after 33 years of suppression, it landed me in Shepherd Pratt's psychiatric urgent care less than 90 days ago. And you wouldn't even know it. And it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And it's the reason why I can stand before you today. So when I was escorted to the office to speak to a mental health professional after waiting nearly 2 hours to be seen and fighting the urge to leave out of the door, I was greeted by an amazing Black woman who listened to me, who showed me care, and told me the words that I needed to hear after a very long time. She asked me, one more, "Why are you killing yourself?" I had shared some things that I was carrying with me, things about my marriage. And she looked at me and said, "This man loves you. Y'all been together for 8 years. Why are you still holding it? And these are the things that get in the way of our manifestations that we really want to see. It's the pain that we carry with us. It's the stories that we tell ourselves behind the situations that we experience. It's the shame and the guilt that we hold. It's the reasons why we tell ourselves that we don't deserve the thing that we've been dreaming of since we were a little child. So what do? She told me, she had said to me, why are you killing yourself? And her next words was, stop it. And as immediate as those words came out of her mouth, the weight of 33 years was lifted off of my shoulders. And now, in that moment, I realized something. I heard people say all of the time that, breakdowns come before breakthroughs. But now I beg to differ. A breaking comes, yes, but you decide whether you break down or you break through. So you get to choose whether your circumstances and your situations are going to drive you and push you through. And you're going to go through your self-awareness and your self-analysis and identify the things that need to be removed. Or you can shut down. You can sit in your pity. You can wallow. And I'm going to tell you one thing. If you sit there, whatever you do not reconcile, you will repeat. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. Whatever you don't reconcile, you will repeat. So if you don't leave with anything else tonight, I want you to know that literally, my thoughts carried me to high and low places. And you have the ability to decide what you want to manifest. It is literally your choice. It ain't the friend that's sitting next to you. It's not your husband. It's not your wife. It's not your family. You get to decide. So after she told me that, it became really, really clear what I was going to do. And this is why I built this program and my coaching program around it, because I said, if I am going to have this breakthrough, I'm getting something out of it. This all not happening for no reason. I mean, everything was imploding. Every single thing. I could not do anything. My accomplishments could not save me. I had to make a conscious decision that I was going to live well no matter what. That I was going to own my story no matter what. That I was going to stand in the face of people and let them know I am not always okay. But when I'm not, I seek help. When I'm not, I go back to what I know. And I know that when I left that office, they diagnosed me with clinical depression. But I went to the dictionary again and I said, well, what does that mean? Because I know I've experienced it for most of my life. So it said, and I only read one sentence. It said, depression is a condition of the mind. I closed my laptop. I said, well, that's all I need to know. That means if it's of the mind, then I can change it. So whatever got me here, I'm going to do the exact opposite of that. And I'm going to focus on the things that I want to see. So though that diagnosis was there, I don't live there. That was a stopping point on the train ride for me. I just needed to sit there for a second to understand where I was so I can get off and change bus, right? So it doesn't matter where your story is right now. If it's not what you want, you can change it. You just have to decide and stay committed. Can you go to the next one? Oh, no, I'll take that one. So the universe is conspiring to give you everything that you want. Has anybody watched this show called Our Universe on Netflix? Okay, we live in the same house. So I encourage you to go watch that because it talks about how all of the elements that are inside of space are in you. Every single essential element that is out there is in you. So if it can create all of these amazing things, why not you? You are a part of that. And so everything that you say, everything that you think, every action that you take is a part of your manifestation process. So how do I manifest? We can go to the next one. So I came up with this, what I call the creation path. And so your thoughts plus your feelings. And why do I talk about feelings? Because every one of these things has a vibrational signature, right? Your thoughts plus your feeling has a certain resonance that goes out. So if I am thinking about the thing that I want, that is at a higher frequency, right? No matter what you start with, no matter what your thought or feeling is, it is the start of your creation path. And so the more that you stay with that thought and stay with that feeling, they turn into our beliefs. So now our beliefs also affect our behavior, right? It's the perspective in which we look at everything. And then once our behavior is solidified, that becomes our way of life. So whenever you are starting to feed into this creation path, be mindful of it. If you want to manifest effectively, whether it's negatively or positively, it starts with thoughts and feelings. And what you meditate on becomes your beliefs. And your beliefs turn into your behavior, and your behavior turns into your way of life. So what I want to leave you with today, and something that I wanted to do while we were here, I want you to observe the places in your life that are bringing you distress. I want you to think about those things, and Nate will send you the activity later. I want you to think about the things that are distressing you in your life. And then I want you to think about the beliefs that you hold about those things. Because your beliefs are your drivers. Your beliefs are a key to your creation path. So if you are believing this thing, know that whatever is on the other side of the belief is going to be manifested. And then the last thing, I want you to think about the origin of that belief. Because some of us are walking around with beliefs that don't belong to us. It might be our mamas. Some of us are walking around with beliefs that don't belong to us. It might be our moms, our dads, our grandmothers, right? There are traditions that are passed down that we should hold on to, and there's other traditions that we should just let pass by. We get to decide. So I want to thank you all for spending time with me this evening. Yes, I appreciate you listening. It's really important to me that we understand the power of who we are. We walk around the space and there's a lot of things going on the outside. You might not have the funding for your business right now. You might not have this or that or that or this. But can you think of what you want? Can you ideate in your mind what you want? Can you hold that focus of what you want? Even when what you see with these eyes don't align with what you see here. That is the key to manifestation. So if you want to get your blockages out of the way, change your thoughts. And you don't know if you need to change your thoughts until you analyze them. Look at them. Don't be scared. Look at them. Analyze them. And if they don't align with where you want to go, let them go. And replace them with what's supposed to be there. I believe in each and every one of you. And I believe that we are all the greatest creators that have ever lived. Our ancestors are very proud of us. But I want you to be proud of you. I want you to put you first, right? Because until we do, we can't serve the world in the way that we really want to. So I want to thank you again. My name is Jewel Guy. You can go all the way to the end. My name is Jewel Guy. I am a transformational coach. If you would, I would love for you to scan this code up here. I have a couple things that are available for you. I have my next challenge is coming up soon. I do a free 3-day challenge, and I let that shit go challenge. So if you are having challenges with like letting go of limiting beliefs, then that is the challenge for you. Also, a review for this workshop is the second one. So I would love to hear your feedback of what you got from this, if you got something from this, if you would recommend somebody else for this. And I appreciate you. Oh, did anybody have questions? Okay.
depression? Is this the kind of struggles that relate to that?
Now I'm good. Ooh, in the beginning I did. Yeah, in the beginning, the question was how comfortable was I, sharing my struggle with depression. I did it with the people who were like closest to me in one form or another. But this is probably the most open I've ever been in life. Because for me, it takes a level of acceptance of self. I was really, really good at hiding. I've been real good. Like, I'm a runner and a hider, right? I've been a runner and a hider. Now, I'm like, no, you can't shut me up. You can't shut me down. You're gonna get all, you're gonna get all of this. You get all of this. But I really believe that it comes with self-acceptance. Because when you accept where you are, it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say about it. And I've seen this in like conversations with Black families in particular. Sometimes there are people who are like, ain't nothing wrong with you, right? That's not the people you talk to, right? Who are the people that actually create a safe space for you? And sometimes it may not be our friends. See, I'm considered the strong friend. I'm the one that everybody comes to, right? So I know, especially, that I need to either go to somebody who is much stronger than me mentally, emotionally, that I can vent to, or I need to go to a professional because my friends aren't the space where I share those things. But usually in conversation, if it comes up, I'll share it. But when I really want to vent and I really need some feedback, it's either professional help or somebody that I really know, love, and trust, that I know that they have the capacity and the stamina to give me what I need. Somebody else, you were about to say something. It's okay. It's okay. Girl, I cry too.
Just questioning myself as far as like the openness of it.
Can you give it a mic?
It was just like for me, I guess my own voice of my process in this year of getting to know and recognize my self and like reflecting and deflecting on all of that is just crazy because I never was open about my depression or being like in abusive relationship. It's just something I never opened up about, but it's something that always just kept coming across my mind when I was doing like a biography about myself. And I was like, do I put that? Do I don't? And it was like it was like I put it and then I erased it. Then I did a whole nother copy and it was just like, no, this is for that. I'm not ready to do that. It was just like a back and forth thing with myself. So that's why when I was going to ask you, was this your first time? It was like you said it. So that was my question. And I'm thankful for it. And I realized that I mentioned before, and you read my daughter like I don't know what. And this is like the second time meeting you. And this emotional thing that you're doing here. Yeah, I'm just saying. But you definitely breaking walls and you're doing great. And I'm happy to be here through this milestone that you're sharing and doing this because it definitely means a lot. And I think that is something that should be shared because a lot of people shell it. And with me about to be 38 next month, I'm just starting to open up and you're like helping with that. So I'm thankful for it. You should just keep on.
I remember you. I remember you. I think what keeps us scared is the reaction of other people. What keeps us quiet is the reaction of other people. Listen, I was molested at 5. My mother didn't find out until I was 30. And I didn't even have a direct conversation with her. She found out from my sisters. Right? So know that everything that you are carrying is staying in your body. It's affecting everything that you do. It affected so much of my relationship. So until you accept you, it's okay. Tears are good. Just let them go. Until you accept you, if you're looking for acceptance somewhere else, it's not going to come in the way that you need it. If you're looking for love somewhere else, it's not going to come in the way that you need it. It starts there first. I literally posted today, At 38, I finally love myself thoroughly. Finally love myself thoroughly. I can look in the mirror and I'm like, listen, that's what you get. This is what you get. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with every single part now. All of the parts that I didn't want to say anything about, all of the parts that I'm like, no, don't touch that area. Don't say nothing about that. I learned reading a book called The Untethered Soul. Yes, honey. Ooh, that's a real one. Put that on your read list. The Untethered Soul talked about pain needing to be the thing that we go through to get to the other side. So he just like walked down my whole life, and it was what I needed. I didn't even read the whole book. I flipped through the chapters. I saw the title of the chapter, and I was like, I don't really want to read this, but I know this is for me. And he talked about the thorn inside of your flesh, the thing that happens to us that we hold on to. Even though it's hurting us, we hold on to it. Think about that for a second. So if there is this thorn that is inside of you that you are keeping safe, what is hurting you? I need you to logically process this. Think about it like a splinter. You get the splinter inside of your skin. It's not all the way in there. You can take it out at any time, but you don't. And instead of removing it, you make all of your walls up to protect it. You make sure nobody touches it, nobody bumps you. So you rearrange your whole life and the way that you interact in order for no one to touch that thing. Maybe it's your depression that's your thorn. Maybe it's your sadness that's your thorn. Maybe it's your loss, your abandonment. My husband, during the time of my breakthrough, was like, hey, when your parents got divorced, did you feel abandoned? And I just broke out in tears. I was like, I never would have said that. I never even thought that. But it was in there. My body responded to it. That was a part of my thorn. That was a part of the things that I didn't want people to touch. But literally, your freedom isn't taking out the thorn, not rearranging your life around the thorn. And that is the power of creation. You can either hold on to the pain and create your own suffering, or you can be a part of your own healing.
How did you take out the thorn?
Talking about it. Talking about it. Literally being in that psychiatrist's office literally was the best thing for me. Because it wasn't somebody who knew me. She didn't know my mother, my father, my husband. She didn't know anybody, right? She didn't have any contacts. She listened to me and the words that I had to say. And I thought, she gonna judge me anyway. But I'm gonna go ahead and say this because I can't keep it together. I'm like crying. I can't hold it together. But it was her observation, her objectiveness that said, girl, what you doing? Why are you doing that to yourself? That freed me. And I've said that to many people in coaching, in training, in friendships. But at that moment, I could not do that for myself. So when she did that for me, I realized, one, we can be making these beautiful communities and all of these things, but if we are not doing in our full authenticity, it is not sustainable. Because who you are is always going to come to the surface. It does not matter what you try to do to hide it. I've done it. I've done it. It all comes boiling up. And there is nothing that you can do to keep it down long enough. Because when it wants to come up, it's coming up. So the best thing is accept it. Not accept the story that you've told yourself about it. Accept the experience. Okay, this happened. Now, what do you want to do? Is it happening right now, in this moment? And if it is, you make a decision about it. What do I want to do? If I'm in a relationship that I don't need to be in, what do you want to do? That's your choice. You have the power. Do I need to get a team of people to help me make an exit plan? Right? Am I self-sabotaging? What am I telling myself on a daily basis? It sounds so simple, because it is. It's not easy because of our habits. It's not easy because of the things that we tell ourselves on a consistent basis. But when we start telling ourselves something different, we talked about those thoughts and feelings, when we start giving ourselves different seeds to go into the ground, it's going to give us a different harvest. It's going to give us something more beautiful. But that creative thought comes out of you, out of each one of us. So all of these beautiful things that you've already created, there's more beauty waiting for you. But you have to accept that it's for you. That you deserve that you can create that for yourself. So one thing at a time. Don't try to conquer everything at once. One thing at a time. And when you do that, you will feel the breath of fresh air. And you're going to say to yourself, if I could do that, what else can I do? What else can I create? You might go tell a friend, listen, I created this last night. What you created today? It's going to become like a game. I look at it like a game now. No, everything isn't in all of the spaces that I want to be right now that I can tangibly see, but I know is making its way to me. And I'm okay with that. And what I'll leave you with is, if everything that you wanted manifested in this moment, you would not be ready. If everything that you wanted manifested in this moment, you would not be ready. Why? Because the journey prepares you to sustain the thing that you're going to receive. If you bad with money now, and you're talking about, I need 50 billion, you're going to spend that. You're not going to manage that well. I need a team, but you can't even talk right to the one person you got right now. Right? It's a real thing. The process is there to grow us. It is not there to frustrate us. Why isn't it happening now? I need it now. You should ask yourself, what do I need to learn now? So that I'm prepared for when it shows up. Does anybody have any other questions before I start? Yes, ma'am.
So were you afraid of the diagnosis? Because that's what keeps me from doing. I'm afraid that if somebody diagnoses me with something, I'm stuck with it. And I'll be like, you're not diagnosing me with nothing because you're not going to stick with it.
So that's a great question, right? So I knew, based on what I had known and learned about depression, that I was experiencing all of those symptoms before they diagnosed me. So for me, it was no surprise. However, I did have to make a choice what I was going to do with the diagnosis. It was not going to be the mantle that I lived under. It is an indicator of what is happening right now. Okay, so if they said, oh, you have anxiety. Oh, anxiety. That means I am thinking a lot about what is possible in the future. How do I remedy that? Pay attention to what's going on right now. What do I know? What do I know to be true? What are my facts? Whatever you are going to throw away, you got to replace it. So if you're not looking to hold on to a diagnosis, what do you want to replace it with? Take the information for what it is. Take the information for what it is. I'm not living under depression. She gave me an indicator. I was like, all right, I got it. Change your thoughts. And at this time in my life, it was good because I was ready. I was ready to do something different. So for me, take the fear out of diagnosis. If you need help, get the help that they can give you at that point. And from that, sift through it and see what it teaches you. Okay, I might be worrying too much. Well, what do I need to focus on now then? Right? Because most of the stuff that we worry about ain't going to happen anyway. But because you are a masterful creator, you bring that thing into being. So we think, oh, that was just supposed to happen. No, you're the generator. It comes out of you. So don't be afraid of the thing. If you can think it, you can do it. If you can think it, it will be. Period. And it's that simple. All right, y'all. That's my time. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
What's up, Joe, for the song? Okay, cornrows. Right, so we have like about 20 minutes left. Then we're gonna have the DJ playing music. So, anyone in the room who has not spoken on the mic, if you could come on the mic and just say who you are, what you do, how we can support you. Beautiful sister that's going towards the door right now with the mohawks. Can you turn back around real quick and say who you are and what you do?
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hello.
You're all well. All is well with you and for you and in you. My name is Gloria Chance, and I am an image consultant. I image and beauty consultant, but I'm also a wellness coach. So that's what I do. And you can absolutely, because I believe that we are supposed to be well. God's desire for us is to be well and to be whole in every area of our lives, and we make choices and decisions that do not allow us to live that way. And sometimes we don't own those choices for whatever reason, and that plays against us. So I'm here to help set the cameras for you.
Thank you so much. Young lady with the box braids, can you come up here and say who you are, what you do? There's no use coming to a networking party. We don't know everybody who's in the room. Give it up for this beautiful sister. I don't know her name yet, but give it up for her.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tanisha. I'm an office manager by day, artist all the time. Digital art and graphic design. I focus on drawing. It's my friend's turn, right? It's my friend's turn, right?
He's so crazy. Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Kyra. I work.
Okay.
Do that. I work for an agency that supports people with disabilities. Do great work. It could pay much better, but it's good work. And I'm a mukbanger, so YouTube, I'm on there. That's my art. Also, am I a graphic designer, friend?
Yes.
Yeah, I do party favors, so I'm a graphic designer as well, I guess. Custom, put your name on chip bags, faces on chip bags. I do all that kind of stuff. Adult Trap with Kai. So I really just talk about how hard adulting is and how it's ghetto and it's bullshit. Sometimes. And I also eat food while doing it, so that's a good vibe sometimes. But I'm excited to be here. Kyra. Yeah. Nice to meet y'all.
Up next, we got the birthday boy. Happy belated birthday, beautiful. We're going to his party. We're going to turn up tomorrow. Give it up for Joel for the song.
Hello. I am Joel for the soul. I am a poet. I make sea moss products. I make sea moss lotion. Some people can't eat sea moss because I don't really like the way it tastes. So the organ is the biggest. The skin is the biggest organ. So I decided to turn it into hair products. I turned it into lotions. I turned it into everything you can do beyond just going to the bottom and eating raw sea moss. That you think mix it up. And soon we're gonna have a little plant-based clothing line coming. Oh, and my party tomorrow is at Ballroom 1808, 4 to 8. Come out and see. It's gonna be all types of food there. Vegan food. My mama's vegan gonna be popping up in there. We got a couple, 5 or 6 different other types of soul foods. We're gonna have the DJ, her daughter, Afro-Gallic. So yeah.
So who else? Who is it? Oh, give it up for Desmond Guy, y'all.
And we also gonna have mainstream catering food tomorrow too over there.
And please, everybody in the room, please make sure you support one of the vendors. We got the food over here.
We got Mo over here. We got Mama D in the back and the children. Yes. Oh, you one of those.
How y'all doing? First of all, thank y'all for having me. So I'm a lot of things. That's my wife. I am a poet. I'm a life coach. I'm a husband, father. So let me tell you about being black men and being black women. It's a book about the six things black men and black women earth understood. Inside the book of affirmations, questions, and the violence. Next to each one, you can write about how it makes you feel, right? So it's a therapeutic book journal. We like to call it therapeutic book. It's one of its kind, and I'm not saying it because it's our book. I'm saying it because I don't see any therapeutic journal like this. We have to check that out. If not, I have cards that I like to give everybody. Oh, so yeah, so I have over like the third Thursday every month at a black owned spot called Serenity Wine Cafe. The open mic is called Snacks and Sangrias. Third Thursday, our next show. No, free. Yeah, free. That's free. $3.99. Yeah, it's called Snacks and Sangrias. So right now it's called Salt and Sangrias, but I just simplified it called Snacks and Sangrias. It's the third Thursday. The next show is March 16th. We have a singer by the name of Hannah, sings really well. And I'm venturing into like, I guess I want to say inspiring, but I don't want to say easy because I still want to be a poet. So my wife came up like calling myself a poet. Well, I like to call myself a funny poet now. Right. That's why I appreciate that. So it's funny poet alive. Yeah, that's all I got. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Give it up for Desmond Guy, y'all. All right, up next we're gonna bring up Bean Pie. One more gang. Give it up for Bean Pie. Hey!
Hey yo, hey. So if you ever see me at a festival, like I be changing my clothes a lot. So like if you ever see me everywhere else, I change my hats a lot. So this is my other hat. So like remember what I said earlier, but forget that it was me that said it, and then remember me again or something. But I came to talk about some things I got coming up. Yesterday I had a grant writing workshop. It's called the Work/Shop because we do support Black businesses. We shop and work together. We learn some things. We come together as a community. And it always has a business component and a creative component. My business partner, Mom of Optimistic Style, show people how to make their own pens out of clay so that you have a forever pen. All you have to do is change the ink and it's very easy. But we also have a family resource fair coming up on March 11th with some of our friends from Center for Urban Families and with our friends from Be More Green. And we also had an art activity at our family resource fair. And I will be doing games. So bring your kids out because I got some games for the kids and some games for the families. And we just want to pool some resources, so like housing, mental health, all kinds of resources. If you need resources, we will have them in the building and we want you to come out to come get them. Network, come be family, have fun. And then March 24th, we have another workshop, okay? And March 24th workshop will be all about research, how to do research, what it is. People, they hear the word research, but we really don't know how to apply the things that we have learned into actual application, because there's a difference between information and intelligence. Intelligence is the use of that information. So I want to train people on how to use the research for grant writing, but also for partnerships, for different things within your organizations. And then our creative component will be doing research through YouTube, understanding how a lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to go on YouTube and I'm going to learn a skill. But if you don't know how to pinpoint what materials you need, if you don't know how to pinpoint what an artist or what a creative is doing, you won't know what you need. You'll end up just watching a video. So we do have people that show you how to become masters of crafts by watching what notes to take when you watch those things and what to be mindful of. Because some of the kits that you buy, you won't need the things in those kits. And we talked about that today, even with Cachet. So thank you guys. A bunch of family fairs and free events coming up. If you missed the grant writing workshop, I do have a couple of samples of the workshop pamphlets. You won't get all of the information because we definitely did some partnerships and in real time. There was a lot of partnerships that came up. There was a lot of grant writing that was happening. We had free grant writing consults on spot. And I am a grant writer. And I am a curator. And I work with a lot of nonprofits. And I do this and I do that. Okay, so definitely we had a lot of partnerships created, and we do have a lot of connections with a lot of people who have connections. So thank you guys, and we'll be doing this every month. The workshop.
Give it up for that nigga bean pie. Yes. Up next. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna bring up Chelsea to talk about her acapella group and all the good things that you do. Give it up for Chelsea, y'all.
Hey y'all, my name is Chelsea Monet, and I am a music creator. And I guess that's one of the things that I should say is that I am I sing a what? I am working on putting together an all-black a cappella group. Yeah. And we meet on Sundays from 5 to 7 p.m. At Blackwater House. We are currently looking for sopranos and bass singers. So if any of y'all sing bass or soprano in here, you trying to join the group, let me know. Come talk to me. We can set up an audition. Also, in addition to being a music creator, I am the program coordinator with the Black Arts District. And part of my role as the program coordinator is making sure that we evaluate all of the events that we do and all the activities that we put on throughout the year to make sure that we are continuing to provide programming that is helpful, programming that people actually want, and programming that connects us, continues to keep us connected. One of the programs that I am in charge of running at the Black Arts District is our Creative Community Sponsorship Program. So Big Pie talked a little bit about it earlier. So I just want to encourage everyone here, if you have a cultural event, an experience that takes place in Baltimore City, if you are hiring and paying Black creatives, I highly recommend applying for our Creative Community Sponsorship. It's up to $1,000 sponsorship, and you can get 2 of them in a year. So right now we're accepting applications for any creative cultural experiences happening in Baltimore City between May and December. And you can get 2 in a year. I think I said it right. So right now, so we are still accepting, for this year, we are still accepting applications for cultural experiences happening in every month between May and December. If you do youth programming or anything that's youth related, any sort of youth cultural experiences, we will be prioritizing those in July. And if you do any sort of programming for the LGBTQIA plus community in Baltimore, we will be prioritizing those types of events for Black Pride Month in October. So if you go on our website, blackartsdistrict.org, you can see a little bit more about the types of events that we sponsor and what our different focuses are each month. Also, again, part of my work with the Black Arts District is helping to evaluate all these programs, these wonderful programs that we do. So I'm gonna, I have a couple of surveys here. You do not have to take both a digital survey and a paper survey. If you would prefer to give us if you prefer to take a survey on the paper, that's great. You don't have to scan any QR codes. If you prefer to take a survey on your phone, you can just scan this QR code and you can take it directly from your phone. And we have a bunch of pens over here at the Black Arts District table that you can also take with you. But if you could please make sure to take a survey and tell us about how you felt about today's event. And what you might like to see at future events, we would super duper extra appreciate it. And thank y'all again so much for coming out.
How you sign up for the cruise?
Also, we as the Black Arts District want to be able to continue to put on events like this. And a lot of our funding right now comes from foundations and or corporations that are often not owned by people who look like us. And so part of what we are working to do now is to have more donors who are people who are in this room, people who can donate anything, $5 a month, $10 a month, any sort of donations and pledges that folks are interested and able to sign up for. We greatly appreciate that. We also, in June, are going to be having a fundraiser on, is it still called the Spirit of Baltimore?
Okay, great. Yeah, we are having a fundraiser on the Spirit of Baltimore. The tickets are only $150. That's an open bar cruise. You feel me? It's a nice brunch cruise. So you can come and drink all the mimosas. But it would be a great help for us if you all will purchase tickets to that fundraiser or tell your friends about that fundraiser. There's flyers also at the Black Arts District table on your way out. If you want to pick one up, you can learn some more information about that event and when it is and how you can get tickets for it. Thank you.
All right, up next we have Tracie Jiggets, our beautiful photographer tonight. Make sure you get your picture before you leave. She is doing professional headshots. You have to pay like $200, $250 for a session for her. She's here doing this free. So make sure tonight you get your picture.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna be really quick. I wanted to tell you all, my name is Tracie Jiggets first. I am a interdisciplinary artist. I am all things dance, musical theater. So I'm in all of the schools, all of the places. But tomorrow, with Dance Baltimore, you can go to dancebaltimore.org, I believe. We have our musical theater workshop. Tomorrow is the second one. But if you love musical theater, if you always wanted to be in Hairspray, if you wanted to do the Wiz, but you want to get your Hamilton on, we have that for you. The class is actually held in Pikesville, but they do a rotation, and Dance Baltimore is just a wonderful resource if you like to dance. They have hand dancing classes and things of all sorts for whatever style fits you. Tomorrow, the class is at 1. It starts at 1. And also tomorrow at 3 p.m. at Western High School is the Dance Symposium. So if you love dance, the young artists are doing tributes to Broadway, and that is all of the Baltimore City high schools that take part in the Dance Symposium. So that's tomorrow. The class is at 1. The symposium is at 3. I'm going to be at both. One is in Pikesville, one is in the city, which we love. I'm going to be on the class in Pikesville. It was a package deal, so it was $25 for all the classes. So I'm not going to make up a price, but if you go to Dance Baltimore, that information will be there. Yeah, so come out and join us. The last note I am going to say is I'm going to say that all of this is real. And if you are saying, like, if I apply for that money, is they just going to be like, no. So what Chelsea was saying, you apply for the grant if you're doing something in the community. I am a witness that they pour in. And like I said, I am also the photographer here today. So they continue to pour in to the people. So it's just about showing up. And I'm glad y'all here. Thank you. Yes, fantastic. What's your name? Give it up for our youth entrepreneurial lady, young lady boss, Manila. Give it up for her. No, you gotta do better than that. Give it up for her.
My name is Manila, and me and my sister sell jewelry, lip gloss, and like beauty products. But my sister isn't here today, so I'm here with my mom, and we're just selling our stuff. My mom also sells beauty products too.
How old are you?
9.
Oh.
Give it up for her one more time. Please make sure you can buy some lip gloss from her. She was at the Black Mall. I'll make sure I bought a necklace from her and some lip gloss from her and her sister, so you can. If you don't wear lip gloss, get one for your friend. Get one for your wife, you feel me? And last but not least, before we bump this music, let's give it up for our DJ Twist. Thank you. Hey, come on. See, that's why you gotta get on the mic, so people can know what your name is.
Oh, okay. What about Saturday? Okay. First of all, how's everybody today? Good, I love the energy. My name is DJ Twins. You call me Twins. I do graphic design as well as DJing, design my logo and all the stuff like that. I do things all over the city. I'm just happy to be here. You can follow me, DJ Twins The Biz, at Facebook or IG.
TC Prints and Designs on Instagram and Twizz's Creations on Facebook. Once again, I'm just happy to hear about the energy, man. Food banging, energy banging, information banging, being pie, all the energy she gave it for everybody. So I appreciate it, man. And thanks for having me.
DJ Twiz the Biz. All right, Simone, close us out. But before she closes us out, after she speaks, the DJ is going to play some music, and I'm just going to ask everyone to please do not leave here unless you get 3 to 4 phone numbers from someone you did not know before you got here. And please buy something from one of the vendors. We got the food, we got these shirts, and we got the young entrepreneurs in the back. All right, close it up.
Thank you. I'm Simone. I go by Optimal. I am a mobile artist, inspired to be global mobile artist. But what I do is partner with Bean Pie along with the workshops and stuff. I just wanted to give a little bit more of a rundown of the workshops that I do. Is make your own decorations, make your own furniture, make your own carpets, make your own anything DIY from dollar store buys. I do jewelry making, ring formation, beaded jewelry, clay jewelry, make your own journals, scrapbooking, customized pins, custom beads, and much more. Because I'm just creative. I just want to put that out there. It's more than just sipping pain, puffing pain, and like there's so much more creativity in the world. Like what I learned today. What is it called? Quilling. That's a whole other level. And I thought I knew a lot of things, but there's so much levels in therapy and art, and I just think that y'all should just try it out, especially when it's free in the city and in the libraries and stuff. It's something well worth trying out.
Hey, give it up for Simone. All right, so we can get this music. Thank y'all all for coming. Again, please make sure you buy some food from Main Street Catering. Support the vendor. We got Mo up here with the shirt, the nerd shirts, nerd-ish shirts, and all the cool stuff. And we got the youth entrepreneurs. They got like little lifting things, like $7, $8. Little necklaces. They say love on it. Yeah, only $8. Please make sure we support the youth. And take it away, DJ Twiz, as we walk around and network. The next Black Mall is March 19th. We got 50 plus Black businesses, March 19th at 6 East Lafayette. Shout out to Akil Mazan, keeping us the gatekeeper. Hey.
The record show the number for
Jerusalem, Ikayalami, Ambelami, Tulangishilana, Jerusalem, Ikayalami,